It's all about the lenses, baby. Hey there folks, welcome to the Photo Video Show where we explore all things DSLR. I'm your host, Mark Puckett. And on today's program we're going to be talking about lenses, and more specifically, what makes a good one. So, when deciding what to buy, as far as the lens is concerned, there are several different considerations that you probably are going to want to think about. But before I get into that, let me start off by saying that most newbie photographers are always more concerned with the body rather than the lens. And I gotta be honest, that is a fallacy. That is a bad thing to do. Because as most seasoned photographers will tell you, the body doesn't capture that light. It doesn't refract that light. It doesn't do everything that most new photographers think it does. I mean, it doesn't. And it's really kind of sad to see, you know, new guys just walking into that camera store year after year, buying the latest upgrade every single time a new body comes out, dropping $2 grand, $2 grand, $2 grand. And it's not necessary. Quit throwing your money away. There's a pro tip for you. And I didn't even mean to give that one. Anyhow, there are 5 different considerations that I personally look at when I go to buy a brand new lens. The number one being the speed of that lens. And when I talk about speed, I'm talking about the aperture. Aperture is extremely important, and it helps me be less reliant on the built-in ISO function of the camera. So the second thing I'm going to consider when I'm buying a lens is distortion. Now, all lenses happen to have some level of distortion, but they try really hard sometimes to add extra elements inside the lens to help get rid of that distortion, and that's a good thing. And if I happen to have the extra money, by God, I'm going to buy it. But that's not always the case. The next thing I'm going to look for is vibration reduction. Now, most modern lenses have some form of vibration reduction built into the lens, but there are going to be so many times where you're just out walking around, it starts getting a bit dark outside, and you're going to want to take a handheld shot, and you're going to have to slow your shutter speed down quite a bit, and those are the times you're going to need some vibration reduction. And since I party a lot at night and there are a lot of gross things going on around here, I have to have good vibration reduction if I want to capture those wonderfully debaucherous moments and not have them all come out a blurry mess. So vibration reduction for me is extremely, extremely important. Now, the next thing that I always try and check for is the vignetting of a lens. Now, some vignetting is nice on certain types of photographs, but if I really want some vignette in any of my photographs, I can always add them in post. So I would prefer my lenses be as vignette free as possible so that, you know, every single shot that I take, it's not always like this consistent running theme with the vignetting. You know, some people go, what are you using Instagram on everything now? And no, I'm not. But some of these lenses have really bad vignetting, almost to the point where it makes it look like you're over-processing everything. And you genuinely don't want that unless you're trying to add some focus and stuff. But like I said, I can always do that in post. I don't want that in the lens itself. The next thing I try and look out for is chromatic aberrations. Now, a chromatic aberration is essentially where the light hits the lens, and if you've ever taken a picture before, you'll notice that the RGB colors in the picture are kind of separated, and that is chromatic aberration. It's not really pleasant. I don't even see it as all that artistic when people try to force chromatic aberration or add it in post. So for me, chromatic aberration is bad, bad, bad. I absolutely do not like any of that kind of stuff in any of my photographs. I like nice sharp photographs. I like nice sharp pictures. I want very color rich footage and photographs, but I absolutely don't want my colors being separate. I'll leave that to other people who find that interesting or entertaining. But chromatic aberrations in my lens are a big no-no. So no to chromatic aberration. So there you go, folks. those are some considerations you might want to keep in mind the next time you drop in over at your local photography store and want to pick up a new lens. So keep those things in mind, and hopefully this information is coming useful and handy. So please follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Be our friends, be our pals. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe to this channel. Like it, big thumbs up for us, and subscribe. We like you. We want you to keep stopping by. So, thanks again for hanging out with us here on the Photo Video Show. I'm your host, Mark Puckett. We'll see you guys again next time.